back, fam. It is me again. We're going to be discussing an A24 movie, regardless of how I feel about their general movies. The biggest one that they've done to date, Civil War. So let's get into it. Hawaiian Steve, blunt review. So let's get into it. Civil War came out in 2024. Um, had a budget of $50 million, which don't even sound like a lot. But when it comes to an independent production studio like A24, it's the biggest one that they've done. 50 mil on the budget, raked in about 115 million. So that is a pretty good, successful film. Directed by Alex Garland. He also did Annihilation, which was dope as fuck. Crazy visuals. This guy, he definitely comes from more of a cinematographer background where he's really focused on getting just great shots. And this story, Kirsten Dunst is the main character, and she's a photojournalist. So, with that being the main character's background, it lets him approach the film from a photographer's point of view, which was perfect for him to get all these great shots of a broken country. Now, when we start the movie, the country's already split. The war has already started. It's been going on for a while. You got Western forces, which is like Texas and Cali. You got a Florida alliance. And I got to tell you, it was crazy real, like kind of scary how real this shit really was. Um, Great soundtrack, too, behind this. And it really, especially in today's age, it makes you think about what kind of future we may be looking at, and where we can go from here, or how we can maybe stop ourselves from going too far down that rabbit hole. Um, and that's where this movie comes in tune, and it's really crazy real because of the police, the protests, the violence. And I mean, not to be a Debbie Downer here, but that's all we've been seeing lately in this country. So people have drawn a lot of crazy correlations to this movie. But when you look, but looking at the film from the cinematographer standpoint, it's very matte, visceral imagery. It's not full of action, but the action scenes are very intense and intimate. You are right in there in the action, and you feel like this shit's going on all around you. And that's what was dope, is the authenticity, the genuine nature of this film really got me. Um, and it doesn't really take any sides. It calls out hypocrisy. It calls out war crimes for war crimes, no matter who's doing it. And it really grabs you and speaks to you. The social commentary within this film is just beyond, and you don't have to dig deep to find out the meanings of what's truly going on here. You just got to ask yourself, what kind of American are you? One of the best lines in the whole movie, and that whole thing happened by chance. The actor in that role is Kirsten Dunst's husband, who just kind of stepped in and did a great job. Again, just very real, very authentic, and when you're following these journalists, you feel like you are in their shoes. And as the movie goes on, you see how desensitized they are to everything that's gone on around them. These people, they losing their friends and family. People are dropping like flies, and you just become numb. And unfortunately, I think that's what might be happening to a lot of these countries. Everybody's just numb from the bullshit. Quite frankly, they're just sick of it. And I don't blame them. I'm sick of it too, but it is what it is, right? It opens up with a scene with a suicide bomber running into a crowd with an American flag. And it's a scary look at what our future could turn out to be. Now you got these boneheads up in DC, and they were no different than the president in this movie. Um, very strong behind the words, but when the words fall and the walls fall, they crumble, they fold like fucking origami, man. And that's so true to life. Uh, a lot of them storming DC was very like triggering of January 6th and the attempted coup. And like growing up, you hear about these things happening in other countries. You don't ever think it's going to happen in your country, to you, to your president, to your land, and it's coming dangerously close for that. But again, this thing was beautifully shot. They shot most of it in Georgia, some of it in London, and just coming from a cinematographer, your main character being a photojournalist, they really take advantage of that and just get very beautiful, surreal film film shots. And it's so good and intimate. And like I said, the action's sparse, but when it happens, you feel like you're in it. And Alex Garland really did a good job showcasing like how it was from inside, but at the same time they distance themselves from it. They compartmentalize, and that's how they get through their time. They have to. You can't stop and grieve every loss. You have to keep going and you have to keep fighting. And that's what I think this movie's about. And it's really just visually stunning. It was a good watch. I thought it was going to be a little bit more action, but I mean, I loved it. It was great. Um, it's gorgeously shot. Cautionary tale. You know, the same guy that wrote this. He also wrote 28 Days Later, Sunshine, Judge Dredd, The Beach. Um, and this guy, he wrote Alex Garland wrote and directed Ex Machina, and he did Annihilation and Children of Men. So there's a lot of great credits behind this work. It's not easy to see why it hits. um, like I said, it was a good movie, a great social commentary, a great piece on what America may become. And all the choices that he made are artful and very pleasing. And it's scary when you flip the script and patriots become the real fear. um and as you follow these characters, you feel their real emotion, but you also see how dumb they are to it. And it's really great. I won't spoil the ending here, but I don't think I was necessarily happy with the ending, but it is what it is. Overall, the movie was great, and I give it a definite 4 blunts. This was a fun watch, and I've already watched it again a few times. Fun watch, 4 blunts, good movie. Go watch Civil War. I don't know what it's streaming on. I bought it right away, but go watch Civil War. 4 blunts from me, Hawaiian Steve, here at Blunt Review, and that's gonna do it. And you know how it goes. Remember to get lit with the gift hit of that real shit. To the mother of my enemy, I just killed your son. He died with his face to the sky and it cannot be undone. He didn't die harder than any, just grinned and bowed.